friends, Diane here from Diane's Den, and this week I'm going to show you how to make this card. Now, I've never finished this card. I don't know why I didn't finish it, but I decided that I'm going to make a Christmas card for you in this. It's called a WV card or a multi-Z fold card. As what I've seen it as, written as before. But my sizes are a little bit different to everybody else's, so I'm really not going to worry about what we call it. I'm calling it a WV card because when it's like this, you have a W and you have a V shaped. So when you see that, see W and a V shape. Now this is a regular size card, Australian size card, but when I actually make this today, I'm going to do it as a Christmas card. It's going to be in black, believe it or not, for a Christmas card. I do have the measurements for a 7x5 version and a 6x6 version, which will be coming up over the coming months. Probably one in December and one in January when I get my new items from the new catalogue in the new year. So that's our card. Let me show you what you need. Now this is all done with a lot of glitter paper, so a lot of it I've already stuck together. Some of it we haven't. And you can see the glitter on everything. Okay, so our main card piece is 11 5/8 by 5 7/8. Right, then we need 4 panels that are, let's do it with this one, 1 5/8 by 5 5/8 with the 4 pieces of designer series paper that are 1 3/8 by 5 3/8, which I'm going to stick onto here now because as we go, because glitter paper takes a bit longer to dry. So I'm going to do this as we go, being as I've already got parts ready. So okay, so that can sit over there with those. Right, for my writing panel on the back, I've just got a piece that measures 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. Now I haven't done a border because I've got black and I'm just doing the white with it, so that one's okay. For my front panel, which is the other back panel here, I don't know what that noise is. I've got another piece of this glitter paper, which is, I don't know what that noise is, it's a funny noise, 5 5/8 by 3 7/8, and then a piece of designer series paper that's going to go on top of that, that measures 5 3/8 by 3 5/8, which I'm going to stick on now for the same reason. Making sure if you're using glitter paper, you either use red liner tape or a strong wet glue. Now I've got a strong wet glue, so I'm using that, but because of it does take a little bit longer to dry, I'm putting it on as we go so that it's done. Okay, for my V panel, I have a piece of card that measures 6 inches by 3 inches. So let's move them out of the way. Now I've already done one of these, so you'll need 3 pieces of card that measure 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and 2 pieces, and we'll glue one of these onto here. So I've glued the other one on and I've already embossed it, so we're only going to emboss one of them as we go, but I'm doing this as we go so that they can got nice time to dry. Okay, so that's those 2, and the 3 pieces that go on top measure 2.5 by 2.5. Now that one we're going to actually emboss, so I'll leave that there. Now I'm using this set called Leaves of Holly, so I've actually cut my leaves out, my holly leaves out in gold with black, and red glitter paper with a black background, which I'll glue together with you, and a couple of little bits of green glitter here for sprigs. Now they all come out of the die set that comes in this beautiful set, which is all fallen down again. I don't know, some days they stay up there and other days they don't. Never mind, we'll get there in the end. So okay, so that's that. So that's the stamps that we're going to be using. So we're actually going to do this piece first because we're actually going to emboss it. So I'm going to pop this here and I'm going to bring my embossing buddy in and give it a bit of a swishy over, and I'm going to put on here Season's Greetings. Nope, wrong pad. I want my Versamark pad. So we're going to put Season's Greetings onto this one here. So let's pop that into the middle. Let's make sure I'm in the middle. And you're happy with that, we'll put the lid back on there so we don't get glitter or embossing powder onto that. I'm just going to use my spoon to spoon it over. That way I don't tip quite as much out. Give it a bit of a shake around. If you've never used embossing powder before, just make sure that you don't have any bits lying around on it. If you're happy with the way that's looking, and it looks very dull at this present time, we will then pop our remaining embossing powder in the pot and put the lid on, because when we're blowing around we're going to be making a bit of a wind, and we don't want to have our powder going everywhere. Now this bit's going to be a bit loud, so sorry. Okay, once it's caught, it turns very quickly, and that looks absolutely gorgeous on that paper there. So on my back one I did it on a bit of just plain black card, and I did Peace and Joy. So we're going to now glue this one to this piece of paper here. Glitter paper, that is. Don't drop it everywhere. No, I just thought it was a bit unusual to do a black Christmas card, but I just felt like I wanted to do something that was a little bit different for a change. So as you can see, this is going to take a little bit to catch because it's warmed as well and a little bit warped, so we need to pop something on there. So let's put my stamp on the top of that one, and we will now start with our card, which is all covered in glitter. Okay, so we need our 2 pieces of card, and let's see if I can get rid of all the glitter and all of the embossing powder from around here first. Okay, we'll bring in our scoreboard, and we need our 2 pieces. So on our piece that is 6 inches by 3 inches, we're going to score this using the small end of our thing, if we're using card, at the 3-inch mark. Okay, and that's all the scoring we're going to do on that piece. On our other piece here, we're going to score this at 1 7/8 of an inch, 3 3/4 of an inch, 5 5/8 of an inch, and 7 1/2 inches. That will leave us a proper piece of card that is 4 1/8 by 5 7/8, which is the regular size of a card. So we're now going to bring this piece in, and we're going to fold it, if I can get all the glue off, fold it, starting at the larger section, which is harder to see in this colour. So you've got all your lines. So you've got your 1 7/8, 3 3/4, 5 5/8, and the 7 1/2. So we're going to start at the 7 1/2 inch mark, bringing it over, making sure that it's nice and square on both sides, and folding it as a mountain fold. Then we're going to valley fold the next one back, making sure that it's still staying nice and square on both sides. And then we're going to mountain fold back the other way, And once again, bringing back and making sure that it all sitting nice and square still, we're going to valley fold that. Yeah. So we have our V shape. So if you're starting at this end, it's mountain, valley, mountain, valley. With our other piece, we're just going to fold this in half as a mountain fold. Okay, so now we're going to start popping our card together. But what we will do first, we will do our back panel, because that's just going to be the easiest piece to do all up. And it's all covered in glitter. This is supposed to be glitter paper that doesn't sprinkle glitter everywhere. But this one is. So I'm going to only be stamping in black, and I've got here words that are not even sticking onto my pad, my piece. There we go. That say, to friends near and far. No, I didn't want to friends near and far, did I? Yes, I did. To friends near and far, Christmas wishes. Because this card I'm going to send to my friend in the UK for her Christmas, part of her Christmas. Now I'm going to stamp that onto a piece of scrap first, just because I haven't not used the near and far bit before. Okay, so, and I'm going to stamp that into the centre of my card, like so. And that is not even straight, but that's going to have to do because there's more glitter on the other side. And I know that she'll say, "You've been drinking again." Not that I have, but okay. So we're going to glue this onto the back of our card now. Even though I did do that card the other week with the bottle of scotch in it. Okay, well, let's pop that lid in there and pop our piece of for writing onto the back of the card. Oh, how crisp does that look? And it's really unusual to have a black Christmas card, but I just thought, you know what, why not? There's nothing that says you can't. So now we're going to pop our panels on to all of these. So we're going to start with our back panel here. By doing that back panel, we've done all our glittery stamping parts now. That way, if we've got glitter on our hands and that, we're not going to get it all over everything, like all over the white bits. So that's going to sit down in the bottom there. And then with this open, we're going to pop one of these on each one of these pieces here, like so. So let's glue all of those onto there. I've never ever made a black Christmas card before, and this is coming together looking absolutely gorgeous. Just make sure if you are using that, you either use red liner tape or a strong wet glue to put your designer series paper onto your glitter paper. Doesn't matter whether, I mean, if it's the stuff like this is supposed to be the stuff that doesn't shed, but it is shedding like crazy. So, okay, so we've got our panels onto our card like so. And we're just making sure they're down nice and tight. Okie dokie. So when this is closed, we're going to now pop this piece onto here. And it is going to come on so that it sits in the middle like this. So that when it's open, so what we're going to do is we're going to, and I'm just going to mark it, I don't know what I'm going to mark it with. I'm just going to hold it there like that for a second, and I'm just going to pop some glue down the back side here like this. About, let's see, what have I put it? About an inch in, no more than an inch in. And then popping this back into here, I can then move this to where I want it, making sure that it's nice and in place. If there's a bit of glue showing there, we need to make sure we get rid of it. If you've got a glue that is sticky when it dries, use your embossing buddy here and just dab over it and wipe it away, and it will get rid of that sticky section. So now we've got that one in place, we'll pop this one in place as well. Okay. And that one comes over the top and glues into place on that side there. So now we have our V shape, WV shape, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So this one is the one I'm going to put on the inside here. So for me, the easiest way for me to do this, I found, was to lay this on top of here as if it was, let me just trim that, I don't like those scruffy edges there. That's better. As if it was a layer. So I'm going to put some glue onto the back of this, and I'm going to lay it upside down, making sure that my words in this case are the correct way, because we don't want them to be up the wrong way. Lay that on top of there as if it was a layer, and bring this piece over on top and very quickly but carefully lay it down. Now if you've got a little bit wonky, now's the time to make it straight, and that's my piece for there. Now my other one is over here, so I'm going to put this one on this side here, and I've got that fluffy edge on this one as well. Let me just get the scissors. There we go. And I'm going to glue this one onto this side here. Making sure once again that I've got my words up the correct way. And once I'm happy with that, I can close it up and put my other one on the front. Now if you want your words on the front, that's fine, you can put your words on the front. I just thought, you know what, I want my words on the inside for this one. So then I'm going to pop this one on the front, like so. Making sure that I've got that down nice and neatly. Nearly dropped my ink pad on the inks on the floor. I mean my glue on the floor. What am I talking about? Ink. Glue on the floor. So now we have our basic card. And I'm really happy with the way this is coming together. So I'm going to pop these on here. So first of all, I'm going to glue this piece of red glitter paper onto this black piece for my berries. Like so. Turn it around so my berries are around the correct way. And I just thought that because it's black and white, that's why I'm doing it there. So it's just that tiny little bit. I'm going to pop these on here like so. And I'm going to just, I think I'm going to glue this one down straight. Pull the pin out. And then I'm going to stick this one down using some dimensionals. Like so. And some dimensionals on the back of the, I might use the, I haven't got any small ones here, so I'll have to use the larger ones. On the back of the berries, which will stick down here, and then just for my little bits here of green, just to give it that bit of a lift, I guess, we're going to just pop a little bit of glue on these and pop them in. One down here. So I need to knock that bit of glue off the bottom of that one. And that will dry clear, that bit of glue, if you can see that from my angle. I can see it. And the other one I will put on this side here. And that's my card for today. Well, what do you think? I'm actually really happy with the way that's turned out. I will finish the other card, which will go as the photos in my Facebook group. You will see the photos for both cards. But I just thought this was absolutely gorgeous, and I absolutely love the way that's turned out in the golds and the blacks. So if you would like the written tutorial for this, you need to head over to Die Stand for Stamping, Crafting and Tutorials. There you'll find the written tutorial, which will be dated the same day as the YouTube video. You'll find the link down the bottom here. If you've enjoyed this card and this presentation, please give me a thumbs up. Please leave me a comment. I do love to hear from you all. And if you don't want to miss any of my projects, please subscribe so that you don't miss anything. And hit the bell button so that you get told when there's another video coming up. Okay, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.